Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here at MICHauto's annual summit in Detroit, Michigan. And Joe, it's good to have you with us. Joe McCabe from AFS.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about AFS.
AFS is AutoForecast Solutions. We forecast the production of every single vehicle down the powertrain detail globally through the end of the decade. Update every single month, actuals, who builds it, where, when, how many. But more importantly, I've been doing this for 25 years, the so what and the why behind it. So getting people through the EV revolution that's happening, right? We work with a lot of suppliers. They make the hard parts and they have to plan their business accordingly. Yeah. But every stakeholder in the automotive space needs to understand what the market looks like, sort of taking the noise out of what the medias like to say, of what direction we're trying to go to, and more of a reality statement so people can really find a way to make money in the automotive space the correct way with the right planning.
Joe, this is a lot of data.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is it based at all on extrapolation of past performance, or how do you forecast that?
Yeah, so it's past. It's 2012 all the way through 2030. So the past performance is a nice indicator. You know, I was looking at forecasting as there's empirical, there's subjective, there's objective ways you have to look at things. You know, we're looking at the current business situation. You have to look at all the climate issues. You have to look at the China impact, the Ukraine impact. You got to look at rulings for onshoring and reshoring, and how we're trying to get mineral rights and the whole green economy for carbon footprint, along with 42 other things. And so every single 30 days, we have to put out a brand new forecast. And that forecast says, how well do we hit the actuals and how well is the forecast coming out? Because automotive is a glacial speed market. You have to basically say, I'm planning on something today that won't be built 3 years from today. How do I do that when there's so much volatility right now, right this second? How do I plan for something 3 years from today that's going to last for another 5 years after that? Our job is to help you get through all that pain. Yeah.
So, quite frankly, it used to take 6 years to get a car to market.
Right.
Now it's shortened your forecasting a little.
Yeah. So now it's 3 years has been more the traditional, but when the new entrants, electric players come in and you rip out an engine and transmission, I mean, they want to get to market 24, maybe 18 months, because right now it's the shiny new object. It's the fidget spinner. Hey, I got the new Tesla. Okay, Tesla to us is a unicorn. There's not going to be another Tesla, just like there's not going to be another Apple, right? But everyone says someone else did it. Why can't I do it too? Why can't I make my quick win and be in new space and compete against manufacturers that have been doing it for 120 plus years?
Yeah.
Brand new playing field. You know, back in 2008, 2009, when there was a global recession, the same players that went in came out the other side. Now you have everyone coming in all over the world that are saying, I have one of those products too, buy mine. And it's a monster disruptor to the industry because we have to give them some validity of going, well, maybe that thing is real. Maybe that Rivian product or that Neo or that BYD product is a competing product. Makes it very tough.
Okay, so let's look at the global market now, because for years it was us and maybe BMW and Mercedes and Fiat.
Right.
All right, so now you've got, Japan has entered the market quite a while ago, but going crazy. Now you have China looking at entering the market with incredible potential just by size. Where do you see that global market going?
Yeah, historically, right. Japan came in. They knew we were driving big land yachts, and they had nice, affordable, mile per gallon vehicles that were really a good market. Now they're our core competition, right? The Koreans did the same thing. They said we're going to bring a good product in. It wasn't good when it started, but it got better and better with each iteration. Best warranty. Now the Korean manufacturer. They're all part of this we story. I say about China. China, it's not if, it's when they come to the United States. They're going to come with a very highly competitive electric vehicle, and they are going to have domination in this market. They're going to go into Europe first, really have a heavy hand in Europe, and then find a way to import here, and then eventually build and sell here. You're going to see, I'm talking today, and you're going to see there's a heavy influence of China in Mexico as we speak.
Yeah.
So Mexico, California, or Canada, that's going to be the inroads in North America, but the Chinese are not waiting. They're going to be full force, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because they came into the market a few years ago with a good-looking but somewhat mechanically inferior product.
Yeah, but it's a communist country, and they're going to keep on pushing for global dominance. And the way they're going to do it is they're going to incentivize their local builders to make a better and better product. They've been borrowing our technology, for lack of a better word, for decades. And you all had to have a partnership when you went to China. Now all of a sudden they're taking that intelligence and feeding it right back to our market, and it's coming. And there's no way of stopping it. It doesn't matter what kind of borders we put up or what kind of sanctions or tariffs. It just means stage, we're going to squeeze them into the market a lot faster.
Unbelievable. So tell me about fuel cells. That used to be a hot topic, and I haven't seen it in the headlines lately.
Yeah, so hydrogen is the holy grail. Toyota, the Japanese have always been that. But the idea is you got to make money today, and you got to make money for the next 500 years. So you got to convince people on hybrids, and then you move them to battery electric vehicles, and you say, wait, you like a battery electric vehicle? Well, instead of you plugging it in, I'm going to give you a thing called hydrogen, still battery electric vehicle. So you have to entice people's life cycle over life cycle to say, how do I get the next dollar out of them? So fuel cells is here. It's decades and decades away, but that's truly holy grail stuff for the manufacturer.
Joe, I might tell you, the Michigan Business Network's going to bother you periodically.
I'm looking forward to it.
You really have some great insight. Yeah, Joe McCabe, thank you very much for your insights. I appreciate it. We are at the MICHauto Summit in Detroit. You're watching all of this on the Michigan Business Network. For the Michigan Business Beat, I'm Chris Holman.